Hello and welcome to the Real Estate Apostle channel, where I'm passionate about helping middle-aged adults like myself overcome the fear of leaving behind your six-figure job to start your own business. And I had recently, not recently, I guess it's been a year. I made a whole year with this whole Turo thing, hence the name of this here video. Am I not live? Why my journey in Turo and why I'm quitting after a year, after 1 year. And I'm not sure why this is not happening. Um, so for those of you who are new to this here channel and new to the channel, I don't know if I'm having technical difficulties or not because I'm not. Thank y'all so much, and welcome here to the Good State Apostle channel, where I'm passionate about helping people overcome this thing about this starting your business and stuff. And I'm here to talk about the ups and downs and the reason why after a year I'm calling it quits on Turo. I apologize now. I'm not even sure how I'm going to be able to get through. I've been having this horrible little dry cough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this cough drop in here and hopefully that will help. But excuse me. I don't know. It's just a dry cough. I'm not sure if it's allergies or what's going on, but dry cough is definitely here. So with the Turo thing, y'all know I had started this, started this back in 22 July or June, the end of June 22, and got off to a great start. About 3 cars from Ford, a Mustang, a Mustang convertible, a Ford Edge, and a Ford Explorer. And that was my Turo fleet. I put them on the platform, and within hours, they were being rented out. I was excited about it because, for the last 2 years, I've been trying to do something to do and be an entrepreneur and to, have a business, a business that was generating money. And I had not been successful with seeing money being generated. So when this Turo thing started happening, I was excited because money was being generated. Like, I was earning money. However, since I was new to doing the business thing, I didn't, it wasn't working, y'all. I've lost so much money. I've lost thousands of dollars. And so I'm out. I'm out. Last month was my last month, and I had one accident too many. It's just I'm literally supporting the business with my work with my salary and stuff. And so I learned a lot of stuff because I had bought some of the cars in my LLC under my business name, and some of the cars I bought in my own personal name. Some of the cars I had a person, guarantee and all. Anyway, it was some stuff that I learned about personally guaranteeing things for your business. Anyway, so I had a lot of stress on my plate because the Turo business it was bankrupting me. It was not earning money because of the ways that I had bought the cars, and two, it was requiring so much work to where I couldn't do it. It was not worth it. I've lost a boatload of money and stuff, y'all. So anyway, so I buy the cars and I put them out on this Turo platform. I'm excited about it. I was making videos on it. I was excited. Business, and just like with everything, it has cycles. So there were cycles that started to happen where in the wintertime, no matter where you're at, business slows up. So business slowed up to nothing. And then I panicked and I pulled the cars off because, like I said in the beginning, where one of the rules was you can't be emotionally attached to the cars. Well, I had started to become emotionally attached because of so much damage that customers were doing to the car. I was taking losses and stuff too. So I I wanted to sell the cars at that time to try to cut my losses, but since it hadn't even been a whole year of me purchasing the cars, I was definitely what we used to call back in the day upside down in the payments. So, trying to sell was kind of out because I was going to be definitely losing, taking a loss, and I didn't do enough research to understand like how to like dissolve a business and stuff. So I I just put my head in the sand and I took the cars off. I put my, what you call when you put them on hold, like so you're not in the search engine because, like I said, November was horrible, December was really bad, and there was it was like I was just bleeding money out. I was bleeding money out because all of the cars weren't ever all on the platform. There was always something wrong with a car. So like I said, I started off with the three, and then two got crashed in September. So I went back and bought five more. And so I had six that I was using on the Turo platform. Two Ford Edges, one Ford Mustang, and two Ford Explorers. Oh, and then I had a Ford Escape. I was like, that's only five. Anyway, so the Ford Escape. Anyway, so I'm doing great. I'm booming. Things are good, but two of the cars are, something's wrong with the lights on one. Then there's problems where there's always one or two that's out of the loop, and it took months, or about 6 weeks, to get the one of them out of the shop that was injured. And it was just starting to really, it was getting on me, it was really getting to me, and I had to look and see how I couldn't afford to keep doing it. So I went back to work, and at first I was doing this full time, and I had so-called retired from nursing. Excuse me. But thank goodness for having more eggs, to go off into your storehouse to be able to recover from anything. That's why it's not even worth being afraid to try anything, because even if you fail, that's how you learn, right? So just trying, you're going to be able to grow, and you know what not to do next time. So anyway, so um I'm going back to work, and now I'm working this business. So when I get off from work, I'm washing cars, getting cars ready. I'm doing all of this work, and I'm not making any money. I'm literally paying, it was making some, but it wasn't covering all of the outgo. So, and then the Turo, the market had started to kind of get saturated, and people were driving the price down, and it just wasn't worth it to me because you know all of the wear and tear, it wasn't worth it for me. So I got out of that, and the straw that broke the camel's back for me was, in 1 week I had to replace two windshields. There's a scratch on my Mustang. I mean, and then the Explorer, the white Explorer, comes back with the side mirror knocked off and a dent in the door. And I'm just like, enough, 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 enough. I've got this is just not a good business. And I'm not saying that other people, because there was people, y'all saw I had brought folks up here that was successful with the Turo, right? These were people that I don't know. I just think that I bought the cars too expensive. The cars were too expensive. They were all new, and even though I had the maintenance package on it and stuff too, that's still time when the cars need to be being serviced and stuff. And how people people will, this is what guests do, and it just wasn't for me. I was burned out on washing these cars and cleaning up behind people and stuff. It just wasn't for me. And then to hire it out was taking more money. I'm like paying for so much stuff because, towards the end, I'm washing cars. Shout out to money bags. Anyway, yeah, I didn't want to wash any more cars, right? For these thankless guests and all that stuff. So it just wasn't enough money, y'all. I didn't make any. And then I'm just gonna show y'all too. I'm gonna share the screen and show y'all what the market is like for this Turo thing. Granted, when I first got started off was the $100 a day thing was working, but I'm gonna just show you what happens when your markets get saturated and if everyone else is still going for $50 or something like that, like how are you going to come out with with your thing, with you looking at stuff. Okay, so let's see here. Is this my location? Anyway, let me see here. All right, so let me share the screen here. Okay, so looky here. This person has a 20. Is this my location, really? Okay, so anyway, here it is. All right, so here's a 21 Toyota Camry going for $59 a day, right? Here is a 22 Ford Bronco going for $69 a day. A 23 Camry, $63 a day. Nobody's charging $100 a day. Okay, here's something. A Tesla, $102 a day, right? So do you see how, here is a 23 GMC Sierra going for $90 a day, right? So these little slingshots, I guess this would be the thing to do on here. But anyway, still, look here, 26 trips. It's not enough. Look here, it's not enough at all. This person, everyone's charging so little. So it's going to definitely decrease some of the bookings you're going to get if people are charging these amounts like that, right? So I don't know, how is this my area? I guess it is. Anyway, so yeah, so there's reasons there, right there. So how are you going to justify your $100 a day when they can get this here Bronco, a sports Ford Bronco, for only $69 a day? Look at all these cars, right? So that means the market is more saturated here. Saturated here. All right, so here's this person's 22 BMW for $179, right? Let's see. This is just a new, no trips. They haven't even had any trips. I just say it's not worth it because you're going to get scrapes, scratches, dings, accidents. All kind of stuff's going to happen to these cars, and people don't care if it's a new 22B. They don't care. They don't care, And yes, there's insurance and all that stuff. However, you still need to look at it like this. As long as your car is need of repairs or things happening with it, it's not on the platform. It's not being rented, and payments and insurance is still due, right? So like I said, my Black Explorer comes back from a trip. They burned out the air condition and nearly the engine because they wouldn't coordinate with me to get the oil change because they did almost 4,000 miles on the car, right? So things like that, people don't care. They'll do that. So this guy's just getting started. But anyway, so that's the reason why I'm out. I don't need the stress. It was taking up way too much of my time, not earning me any money. And like I said, every car had some type of issue where it was off for a while, not earning any money, or had some type of injury or some type of something for it. Oh, so it's not going back forward. So yeah. So and like I said, in the beginning it was exciting because like I said, that was the first business thing that I did that actually was working. Like there was deposits and all that stuff. Like so the earnings was like 22 and 16 for year 22. I started in July and I had generated 22 or 23,000. And then this year, I'm gonna let y'all see it too. When I saw these peanuts and thought about how much, what I'm doing, and switch to host. No. Let me go here. Here we go. So let me go ahead and share this with y'all. How it was definitely definitely not worth it. I was paying for this business out of my that ain't what I want to show. Where's my thing? Wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Sorry, y'all. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Okay, so here, look at this. Right? So again, January, I didn't go back, and I was shut down for all of December. I was just like, screw these people. Somebody brought my car back and they had puked in it. And that was not a fun experience, having to clean up someone. And then not only did they puke in my car, they returned it back late, and I had to drive to their house to pick it up because it didn't even fill the tank back up either. So at this point, I'm like, screw these Turo people. It's not worth it. I'm paying for people to rent my car. All right, so look here. February. This was me, all out, put everything out on the line because I didn't go back to work until March. So March was my biggest month at only 4,000. And I'm sure, did I have all the cars? Wait a minute. Everything's deleted now, but look here. This is how it went. The Explorer, the white one, had earned the most. Then the Ford Edge, the Ford Mustang, and then the white Edge. I think it had some issues. The Black Explorer. So I only had the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them out there. Because these guys I had found permanent people to rent out there and stuff. How much I got on showing? All right. So earnings there for 22. Huh? I thought it was more than that. So, wow. I thought it was more than that. I thought I had got a Oh, okay. That was the gross. This here is the earnings. So the gross was 22,000. Okay, so tax and all that good stuff, and then Turo's part. Okay, so as you can see, definitely not enough money there. So that's only like that's less than 40,000 for year to year. Because here we go, year to year. So not at all. So that's why I'm out. Accidents, and then some of these guests to have a nasty attitude when they done damage to your car and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not trying to be going back and forth with these guests and stuff. And the way Turo doesn't really care. I didn't feel like I was cared for, and it just wasn't, just wasn't. It didn't work out for me. It didn't work out for me, and I'm sure that I had way too much outgo. And then, like I said, once the market got flooded like that, and there was, you know, even though I would stand to my little $100, I got less bookings. I got less bookings, and to the most. How was it? Is that all of it? Yeah, that showed it all, didn't it? All right, so I just really wanted to come and just share with y'all why I'm out of the business, and yeah, so I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. And good luck to anybody, but I wouldn't recommend. I would not encourage anybody to do the Turo. However, it all isn't lost because I did start. When I started the Turo business, I had started another LLC. So that business is selling the cars. So I've actually sold two more cars, out of my fleet. So everything is never just a total loss. Sometimes you have to kind of, you know, re reinvent yourself, like just never give up. But sometimes you have to call it. Sometimes you have to just look at it and be like, this thing's gone. This thing is gone. Like when we doing CPR, comes a time when you have to call it. You know, it's not coming back. It's not coming back. And I try to. Like I said, I started back work in March. So since March, I've been footing the bill for all of the lack that the money has come in, and you can see here that yeah, I'm like in thousands of dollars over $30,000 of my money, personal money is going up in there too. So anyway, I'll come back on some other videos and I'll show y'all how you could deflect that off of you off into your business, and a lot of the business that you could write off and stuff, and then things that's important for you to keep up because you still on some of the debt. Like I said, I took I did a personal guarantee and stuff. So that's why I had to really come through for all of my stuff, all of my things and stuff. So anyway, that's my reason for why I'm out of Turo. It has not been profitable for me. And then, like I said, yeah, it just wasn't. It was too much work, too much work, too much work, too much work, too much work. And it wasn't, the work was not worth the reward. It really wasn't. So no one has any questions, and if you do, you can leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you on that. But as of now, I'm officially out of Turo, and I'm in the car selling business now. I have a few more that I'm owner financing for these cars, and so that's another business. So when one door is closed, another one is open. You always have to remember that, and keep your head up. And I had to tell myself that oftentimes because there was some scary parts up in there before I decided to go back to work. When I saw how I was running out of money I was pouring into this thing that had this huge hole in it, and I'm physically the one washing these cars, physically the one taking the cars to the drop spot and picking them up and walking back and doing this and washing the cars and all this stuff, all this out, and the income was not enough. But at least I can say that I did that, and I did parlay it into another business, and that all is not lost. So love y'all, and thank y'all so much for tuning in, and like, share, and subscribe. Peace.